After moving all around all the vertices to fit your concept drawings, we then move on to creating more geometry, which would discern the export of more than two separate pieces of geometry into ZBrush. That would concern creating the belt. It is simply created by going up to Create, Polygons, Primitives, Pipe, and then dragging and pulling to get the size pipe that you want. Now we want to hit our snap so that it snaps to the center of the grid. Unsnap. You can bring it up and then kind of move it in place. We can hit our side panel. Bring it up kind of where the belt needs to be. We can go into our poly pipe on the inputs and bring down the radius, holding the control, middle mouse button, and then bringing it in. And we can look at this in our perspective view. Obviously it wasn't the right dimension, so we're going to bring this out a little bit more. And then we're going to bring in the height, bring up the height a little, and then the thickness. We can do that. Now that's simply creating the pipe. After this, we want to make sure that it fits around the character enough after we bring it into ZBrush. We also want to make sure that the inner portion, as you can see here, I'll just kind of highlight one of them for you. These are deleted because they won't be seen on the high resolution mesh, and then also gets rid of some of the polygon or the high res mesh that we won't have to worry about. We now select our object and we go under Animation, Edit Deformers, and select a lattice. Now you won't see this only because I've actually created a lattice, and then it needs to be, the history on it needs to be deleted before you can move on to another lattice. So we're going to delete this, and I'll show you what I've actually come up with in my outliner. This is kind of what we're looking to get after we've applied the lattice and move around the vertices and lattice points. And you can actually, we'll kind of get off of that, select our lattice points. You can go into the channel box and also select as it is an object. You can go into the shape of the lattice itself and change the divisions, which will give you more so that you can work with. Another good idea is to utilize the soft select. Soft select is going to give you the option of moving some of these verts that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. But make sure whenever you grab these verts that you're also grabbing the opposite side as well. You know, you're grabbing these and you're grabbing these, so that when you move into ZBrush you can utilize other tools which help keep it uniform on both sides. Now, as you see, it moves it in. This is fairly good, so we're going to work with this. Next thing we have to do, once we've already modeled that all out, we want to delete our lattice. We'll get off of our soft select really quick because we don't need that anymore. We'll select our geometry, go up to Edit, Delete by Type, History, and now we have this. We're going to go into Show Just, what we see here. As you can see, this one has the inner portion of the geometry deleted out. If you want to try to keep hard surfaces on this belt, we can actually create using the Edge Loop tool, which you can find in your Polygons palette under Edit Mesh, and there it is. And you could bring it closer to some of the other edges. We don't want that one done, and work through it that way. Something else you have to keep in mind: make sure that you have all your holes filled in, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Your geometry, when it comes into ZBrush, will have its situations if you don't. This is a big one. We'll